What's up, guys? We're gonna brobeatz, and today we're gonna be doing another episode of Fix the FLP. If you guys haven't subbed already or turned post notifications on, make sure you do so because it does help out a lot. Let's hop right into it. So with this person, he wanted a little baby style beat or melody, and he said somewhere along the way of making a melody, he lost the sound he was going for. So let's just try to fix that, and let's just listen to it real quick. So. Okay, so I can already see the problem. The problem is that your melody has loop syndrome because somewhere around here, I was waiting for it to drop a little bit. So let's go in here, let's mute this and solo that. And yeah, it looks like you just copied this part over. So if you do this, don't forget to change your chords or whatever you have here. But I would change these lower notes. And just so it's a full chord progression, right? Because you only got 2 chords playing. But if you stretch these out, they're pretty much chords if you really think about it. And let me use a little bit larger, right? So you only got 2 chords going, so you want a full progression. Now I like to do the thirds method where it's only 3 chord progressions. You could just kind of, and it's just so much easier. But if you want to do 4, you can. But let's just go over how to actually find these. So if you got all this, right, you copy it over and you're like, man, I don't know any chords. I don't know. So all you gotta do is just do the chords, like create a chord. All right. If you don't know how to create a chord, you just skip every other note, right? Like that. So you do that, but you do it with the notes you have already. So you could take this note, you could create a reverse chord. So one of these notes will work. It's probably way too small. So what I would do, take these and just move them. Or you could just go one by one until you find something you like. But I know this is gonna sound good because this is all one chord. Right, so let's listen to it. All right, so now it sounds like a full chord progression. Now you go a step further, you can kind of modify things and create some tension at the end if you want to. In my head, what I was hearing was kind of it going a little further, and then you could change this note or keep this the same. But this, you could pull this down if it'll actually pull down, create a little tension. Listen to it. Okay, now all this is preference. Okay, you could literally try whatever notes you want. Okay, it's up to you, but for me, this is what I would do. So now next we got that part settled. So now it's not going to sound like it's loop. Now it's giving us that little baby vibe. So now you're like, okay, I need some variation. You don't need to do a lot with variation, right? All you need to do is just add a few notes or change a few notes. So with this one, what we could do is just take the start of these, right? This G, you can just move it down 1. And if it doesn't sound good, you move it down 1 again. Okay, so let's listen. Okay, and then if you want to add other notes, you can just look at what notes you have already. You can pull them up an octave, right? And I'm sure this is gonna sound a little weird, but you can do that, right? So you can just place any note, right? And this is easy, okay? It's just all what you want to hear, and this is good enough. This will sound a lot different from this just because of those few changes that we made. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it for this. Anything else in between is up to you and your, what you want to do for your melody or Melodies. So just remember, this is extra. You don't really need, for this melody, I don't think you really need variation, because melody most likely won't be the main part, especially if it's a little baby style. I think the most important part is don't forget to make chord progressions. Chord progression is your song most of the time, unless you're making one of those trap beats where it's like a really simple melody. But if you're trying to go for a little baby style, you probably want to try to implement some chord progressions into your beat. All right, so I think that's it for the melody. Now we're gonna have to fix the bass, which is pretty easy. You just copy these bass notes, and you paste them. Probably pull these up, and then now we can just adjust and put these on beat. All right. All right, you just make those subtle changes. And I know they don't seem subtle, but when you're actually in there making a beat, it'll be really quick, right? Because these changes can be made in like 30 seconds. It's just, I'm explaining it. So that's all you need. And I think this beat is good. I know plenty of people that will rap on this right now, right? Just how it is. But I would add maybe a few other sounds, a pad or something, right? Just for some variation, just so it's not just this the whole time. You could add some hi-hat rolls somewhere, but I think this is good enough. Okay. So, that's all you need to do. And I'll just play it now. Also, you can break the rules and stuff now, because let me make sure this is right now. This is F, right? Yeah. Okay. So now that you got this bass, you can see I pulled this down to F. I just showed you F is in our melody right at the same exact spot. So now with the 808, and a lot of people think the 808 is purely a drum, but really, the 808 is the bass, which isn't technically an instrument, right? So it follows the same rules as your melody. So now you can play around and break the rules and do all that crazy stuff you like, right? Okay, I'm gonna just leave it how it was. Okay, so I think that's all. And you good. This beat is good to go. And yeah, that's it for this video. If you guys want to submit, I guess, a project or something, go ahead. I probably shouldn't be saying this because I'll get a lot of submissions and it's a lot of work for me. But if you do, you can go to fixthatflp@gmail.com. I believe that's it, but I'll put it in the description. But that's gonna be for this video. Hope this is helpful. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if y'all new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.